This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
Good evening. Good evening. It is Monday, February 2nd, 2026. And appreciate everybody coming in the building tonight. We're going off grid, completely off the grid. And appreciate everybody coming in here. Hang on, Queen. I don't know what happened there, but just sent you an invite to speak again.
Hey, I think I'm up a speaker already. Can you hear me?
Oh, wow. I can't hear you. Yeah.
Okay,
You look like
awesome.
you're listening. But
Off the grid kind of scares me, Bender. How far off the grid are we going tonight?
well, that's a good question. So before I even answer that, let me first do my updated disclaimer. This is not financial advice. You can lose all your money investing. This is also not for educational or entertainment purposes. I nor anyone that is speaking is a financial, political, legal, medical, betting, or any type of expert advisor. These are our thoughts and opinions on different topics only. This is being recorded for future rebroadcasts and clips on other platforms. Thank you. How's how's that for a
Yeah.
start to off the grid?
I think that kind of covered it. Good job.
I thought about that. Actually, it's funny that you say that, Queen. And first off, look, I've been meaning to ask you this for weeks. Do you prefer Jen or Queen?
It doesn't matter one bit.
No, you gotta tell me.
I kind of like my old queen name. I just answered that easier. I don't know for some reason. When I hear Jen, I'm like, oh gosh, somebody knows me in real life. But it doesn't
It's
matter,
on,
really.
it's on your profile.
I
If you
know.
forgot.
I know.
Okay. I've just been so used to call, but I see it up there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna ask you next time I get a chance. But anyway, no problem. Thank you. Queen. So yeah, I thought about what you said and what you asked in regards to going off grid here. And when I was thinking off grid, everybody. So here's my thought process. Like I've pulled up to the edge of the forest. I'm pretty confident I've not been followed because I've switched several cars to get there. I mean, Queen. She's also done the same. We uh, swept the cars to make sure that we aren't bugged and followed, track that kind of thing. And we're just going to take a hike with no tracking devices like cell phones and that type of thing up, to the secure camping point and just have a conversation like we're really off grid. Um, and I really thought about it. And if I go like my true definition of off grid, I would be immediately kicked off of social media, and the gray checks will send people to my doorstep. So you're probably going to get about 80, 85% of really, really off grid for me
I'm
tonight.
here for old Bender. I'm here for what you were like before, like back in the political days, political shit posting Bender. That's what I came for.
Hey, that's what we're going to get. We're going to get very. Twitter's probably. Don't get me wrong, y'all, because Twitter ain't. It's being tracked. It's being surveilled. It's being everything. Your phone is too. Like you say keywords, and the NSA just picks right up on it. Things like saying NSA. And yeah, you just instantly record land. So let's I mean keystrokes everything. Like let's just not get it twisted. Like we're being tracked. But Twitter, I will just say is probably your best shot at saying what the heck you want. When you want, how you want. Like people get away with a lot more here than I see on other social media apps. So here we are. So this will be the best we got. So no worries. We'll
Hey,
go until they kick me off.
hey, and just want to take a second to ask everybody, please retweet the space. Let's see if we can get some more folks in here. And thank you guys for being here. I see lots of familiar faces. Thank you all for coming and supporting our vendor's return. I'm so excited you're back, vendor.
No problem. Thank you. I've been trying to send you a co-host too here. Tells me it's like I got two co-hosts already. So space has been tripping, man. I don't know. So what I'm thinking is, Queen, what I'm going to do just to make it easy, can you still post things to the jumbotron? Because I don't think I have the
Yeah,
ability to here. Enjoy. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, as we go along here, I think I'm just going to put stuff in the comments, tag you in it, so that way, because it's being recorded, people can also just kind of reference that back, and then you can just post it up here in the jumbotron too, as we kind of move along. So a few topics tonight. We'll kind of jump into it because we are going to stay at that hour pretty hard today. And if anybody wants to come up and speak, feel free. You're more than welcome with everything. But generally tonight, subject matter, what will kind of be moving forward, kind of our lanes, I guess you could say, is crypto slash finance, politics, prediction markets. I just kind of put life wellness type of thing there too, in terms of that. So I think I'm gonna start off first here, Queen, with the interesting one that I found. Can everybody hear me? Okay.
yep, loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Is there any shout outs you want to give while I'm pulling this up, Queen?
I'm just shout out everybody in the room. Mr. Lightspeed, thanks for pulling up. Treasure, Zach from Subway, Joel, Death Wish Crypto, Gabby, Amber, Rugrat, Horrible, Clifford, Matt Nowak, and then let's see, Hi is in here as well. So yeah, you guys be sure to retweet and tag some friends, see if they want to come in and chat, and you guys come up and chat as well. We're just having a casual, just laid back conversation tonight. No major script or anything. So we'd love to have you guys feedback and just to shoot the bull with us. Hey Dart.
Thank you, and shout out to you too. I appreciate it. I don't know if you got your music or your soundboard, I should say.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, just give everybody a round of applause here if you don't mind, please. Thank you so much. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to get a an iPad just succumb to the pressure that Twitter's putting on me in terms of just just not Android cooperating here at this point.
Hey, Sabo's in here as well. It says he's just not showing up, which kind of stinks. But hey Sabo, you have made me laugh so hard this week.
Yeah. And again, anybody that wants to come up, feel free, request a mic. Give me a second here while I'm looking at this list. So, first one I'm going to go over here. Global statistics, top 40 assets in the world. I'm not going to go over all 40, but I thought the top 10 was pretty interesting. Real estate. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me start off with number 10. Silver comes in at 4.77 trillion. Japanese yen, 8.27 trillion. Natural gas, 14.36 trillion. Copper, 17 trillion. Euro, 19 trillion. The American dollar, 22 trillion. Gold, 32 trillion, almost 33. I'll just round that up. Chinese yuan, 48.9. We'll just say 49 trillion. Oil, 118 trillion, rounding up. And real estate coming in at number one, 672 trillion. And just for those that probably want to know, I'm not going into all of them, but Bitcoin was at number 26 at 1.64 trillion in regards to that. So that's global top assets in the world. And reason why I bring that up here, Queen, I don't know. I want your thoughts on this. So we all saw last Friday, after a phenomenal run with gold and silver. I want to say gold probably peaked out right around 5,500, silver 118, 120 ish. Don't quote me on anything tonight, y'all, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty solid on those numbers with everything. And then I think silver took like a 30% dip. Gold took a significant dip. I'll look at the current charts here in a second in regards to those. But just wanted your thought on what you think in regards to those being a safe haven asset in this day and age.
Yeah, it doesn't seem so safe. Like, I mean, everybody was piling into the precious metals, and first you hear it's institutions piling in, you hear it's countries just trying to get away from a devaluing dollar, and gosh, so many people just bought the top at those parabolic moves, and I'm sure a bunch of them just got wrecked. And I'm sure there's a lot of manipulation and stuff with it, but it does give me a concern for just what's going on in the macro that's causing gold and silver to run. Usually these runs like this precede a pretty big economic event in countries, and so yeah, it just worries me a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it erased, like, what was it? Silver erased the entire market cap of Bitcoin within like a day. It's just crazy how these things have run, and just they went straight up, just straight parabolic there. And people thought it was never going to stop. It's going to just continue and going, but charts don't work that way. And of course, we saw the big correction on Friday, and and it's continued. I believe the assets were down around 30% at one point in time, and at least silver was. And yeah, a lot of people definitely got wrecked with that. So I wonder, this is my question for you guys, and please come up and speak and tell us what you guys think about it. But everybody kind of expected the money to roll into crypto, but we're really not seeing that because crypto is continuing to dump as well. So where is the money going? Is it going into tech stocks? Is it going into commodities? Like, where is the money going? It's got to go somewhere, and it's not going into the U.S. dollar. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Bender?
Okay, before I forget here, gold at currently at about 4,800 and change, silver at about 83 and change, right there too as well. I just looked at that on TradingView while I was listening to you. Yeah, where it's rotating to, I think it's rotating the sidelines and like a Warren Buffett right now, and to some staples in somebody's bank account, ready to get deployed once the real corrections begin and the real dips get ate up to buy. Yeah, I think whatever the equivalent of gold extracting, and this is only just my personal opinion because, like you said, we didn't see, you know, I think like what was it the other day or last week sometime we saw literally in real time like Bitcoin go down, gold go up, those kind of things. We didn't see any of that, kind of per se Friday with everything. So it might have just been, some magnitude of profit taking events. And don't quote me on this, but I've heard and listened to a lot of people that seem to know what they're talking about this week that have said that there was some crazy increases on margin calls for gold and silver. So I'm just giving you an example here. The normal margin call would be $10. Somebody at the bank said, "Nope, we're going to up those up to $15, and if you don't pay them right now, we'll liquidate." And people were just like, "Well, I ain't got it like that right now." They said, "Okay, we'll liquidate." That kind of thing. So, that for me, in all intents and purposes, and like I said, I haven't looked at every crack and crevice of the market, just to see where the money flow. I'm pretty sure something flows somewhere back into some form, but I want to say probably the majority of it also went to that. Also, too, in my opinion, uh, you look at it, and obviously, as these things go parabolic, we're not having physical gold changing hands. We're not, somebody isn't, shifting silver around and putting it on the UPS box and shipping it out to you once you buy the silver stock and that kind of thing there too. And, with the margin calls and everything, there's just a lot of brawn and everything on it. So I think, in this day and age, it's honestly to me, it's just a little bit more of a belief system than maybe what you would probably say even Bitcoin is, but it's belief system it is at this point, and just like other market assets, is subject to turbulence in the marketplace with everything. So we'll see kind of moving forward here what stuff looks like, and just kind of go from there. But I really it Friday just really brought along to me like, all right, if gold and silver ain't the safe haven, like what is? Like like this. These have been stores of values for thousands of years. You're talking like you know gosh only knows how many generations all of our families go back. When you talk 1,000 years is at least on average 10, 12 generations. So you're talking thousands upon thousands of years. You're probably, talking 30, 50 generations, something crazy, and if that ain't gonna do it with what everybody's talking about, with the collapse of the dollar and everything, like what is? Like like right now, I don't know. Like maybe maybe Bitcoin is the answer because at least you got an infinite.
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, a product that's there.
Aren't gold and silver? Haven't they been steadily increasing? I mean, that's my understanding. Is gold? It was like 2,000. Now it's like four, almost 5,000. Silver too is increasing in price. So I don't understand why you're saying that's not a good store of value. It is increasing. I know that for sure. I don't know exactly how much, but it is increasing in price.
Yeah, I think it's just
Well,
the
no, that's what,
volatility that we saw this week and, over the
Right.
last couple of weeks is, we saw that 30% retrace and nobody really expected it. Gold bugs and silver bugs, expected just a slow, steady increase, and to see that kind of volatility like we see in the crypto market was shocking to a lot of people. That's what we're talking about. Not that it's not a good store of value, just that it's as volatile as some of the other assets out there.
yeah. First off, thank you for coming up, Simply Awake. Appreciate you that too. I don't know about you. Do you typically? And again, I'm not a financial expert. That's why I'm asking these questions. Do you typically see a 30% correction in silver, gold, that kind of thing?
Not at all. I
Right.
don't think it ever happened in our lifetime to see a dip like this.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, I think know more about this, and I didn't realize there was a 30% dip. I didn't see that news.
It looked like it was the crypto market, though, didn't it, y'all? The way it
It
dipped
Right.
like
did.
that.
I got a little chuckle out of it just for them finally experiencing what we're going through. And, I think we found that the top was Peter Schiff making his rounds, celebratory rounds was definitely the top.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think since COVID, is it me or it seemed like we're seeing things that we would typically, consider maybe that's just a blimp, but it's like the unnormal things is becoming normal. It's been like ever since COVID. I mean, almost anything goes. I mean, when have you seen a president and his wife get picked up during dinner time? Yeah, they got a first class flight to the U.S. Never seen that.
Right.
Hi
And I'm
guys.
just saying historically. Hey, what's happening? Give me a second here. I was just gonna say historically, I think on average, don't quote me, but it seems like the stock market freaks out at about 3 to 5% correction. So I think like 20, 30% is like pretty alarming for stuff to like you know, and especially in hours,
And
in trillions of dollars.
and I'm just hoping those that's been buying it that they went and made profit. I'm just wondering, did they think that it would keep going up forever? I mean, imagine accumulating gold for 2 years prior and to see this big of a jump. It's just amazing to see.
Right, absolutely. And I appreciate your patience. Thank you, Rugrat, for coming up here too. By the way, Nikki, what was your thoughts? I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Oh, that's all good. First of all, Shabender and Jen, thank you so much for doing this and inviting me. Um, I've been to a couple of your guys' spaces, and you guys are awesome. I think I was just gonna add to what you were talking about, Shabender and Jen, about where the money is going. I'm not into financial services, but what I personally think where it's going is I think there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. So a lot of people are liquidating so they can have the cash because they don't know what's globally what's happening with wars or what they everybody's just kind of liquidating. Is like, oh right, let's see what's happening. Banks are doing the same thing. We keep hearing about banks potentially failing and all this stuff. But also, it's interesting to in the past 3 years, at least to me, being very new to all this, it's interesting that up to like 3 or 4 years ago, we talked about, oh, we're gonna have our first trillion-dollar company, Apple and Microsoft and Meta, and now we're talking about it jumped from $1 trillion to like now we're talking about Elon Musk saying next companies are going to be 10 trillion. Not even like 2 or 3 or 4. We like skipped all that because Nvidia is insane. Like once AI and robots take economy by storm, we are going to see those 10, 20, 50 trillion-dollar companies, and it's insane to think about, because up to now is like a trillion is a lot. What about 10 or 50 trillion?
And just piggybacking off of what you're saying, seeing so much money, does it equal to more opportunities? That's what
No,
I see so much money out there, but does it equal to? You said
it
no
it
right away.
yeah, I'm just straight up like, no, it does not equal. I'm straight up like, I just speak the facts as I know them. So I was looking into this silver and gold decline in our economy because I didn't know too much about it. So I looked it up and it said gold and silver prices plunged sharply in early February 2026, marking one of the most volatile periods in precious metals history. On January 31st, 2026, gold fell 11% to $4,747 per ounce, while silver crashed 36%. That is crazy. So dropping to $78.29 for silver, an intraday loss not seen since the 1980 Hunt brothers crisis. The sell followed the nomination of Kevin Walsh as Federal Reserve Chair. I didn't realize we had a new Federal Reserve Chairman, but I guess we do. Signaling a potential shift to hawkish monetary policy, a stronger dollar, and reduced market expectations for cut rates. The correction accelerated on February 2nd, which is today, with silver dropping 12% on the MCX exchange and gold falling 9%, triggering lower circuit limits. The Chicago Mercantile Exchange further intensified pressure by rising margin requirements for silver futures to 15% from 11 and gold to 8 from 6, forcing leverage positions to be unwound or collateral to be increased. Despite the steep declines, both metals remain significantly higher, yes, which I mentioned before, with gold up 8% and silver up 16%. Analysts note the sell-off reflects profit taking a record, uh, taking off, taking after a record rally, not structural bear market. So I mean, it's like, yeah, we've crashed, but we're still up overall. I don't know. I mean, so is it our new federal chairman, the Federal Reserve chairman, that is causing this, or what do you guys think is causing the crash? I mean, we're up, so I mean, people sell when we're up, but is there something else you think that is involved in this?
Honestly, I think at the end of the day, behind all that money is real people. They want to stay liquid. It's almost like, remember the old cycle was you get into alts and memes just so when we come back down, you're prepared to get BTC. But that entire plan has changed. I'm just thinking people, they just want to be liquid. They're waiting.
You think that people are expecting a crash and a depression or something of that nature, and so that's why they want to have that liquid money on hand?
You know what? I think when we're researching, I think that's what we're trying to all discern, right? It seemed like, as I do more research and when I was learning about investing, it was almost like, did they make it intentionally difficult just to charge us a lot of money? Because it seemed like on the surface it's very fucking simple. But they want to add all these special names and all this, that, and the other. I'm just wondering, they're just making it more difficult than it is. They're just really waiting to throw that capital into something.
Right. Yeah. I think not only that, but again, I think a lot of banks, it just kind of set off a trigger effect with the margin calls. People probably had the stop losses kick in, some profit taking, of course, some fear in the market in regards to that one too, and everything. So it'll be really interesting moving forward here, just to kind of see where that goes. Just because I don't want to be on this subject here all night, and I appreciate everybody coming up. Again, if you just entered the room here, we are going off grid. In regards to everything tonight, I'm just throwing out some topics here each week. Queen, I'm gonna let you pick up on the next topic here with everything. And before I do that, though, let me go over here. I did just want to, since we were already on the financials, I didn't get a chance to really kind of give y'all a little quick breakdown of the top five or so on crypto. So right now, Bitcoin, nice little rebound here. I think late last night it was at about 74 and change. Moved back up to about 78.7. ETH at about 23.40. Let's see here. BNB at about 771. XRP $1.61. Sol at 103. I think that was down in the 90s, 98, 97 range last night. Of course, because I got Sheeb Army in the building. Sheeb still hanging in there, top 25. At the, I always just say about 4 zeros back in 666 range, somewhere right there. With that and everything, a little increase of about 1.7% with everything. So it looks like people are following through at least on the dip on the crypto side right now. We'll see how those numbers hold up moving forward. I'll say yesterday was the first time I actually uploaded some fiat onto a wallet and just put it directly into like a stable coin. Like I didn't go to ETH, I didn't go to Sol, I didn't do any of the above or something I was targeting to buy. I was just like, yep, I just want a little extra on hand for whatever happens today, which I wasn't sure it was going either way. If it was going down more, I didn't want to buy it and have to keep rebuying dips. So I was like, I'm just going to wait a second. If it goes up a little bit and the signals are there, I'll be fine with taking that one. But yeah, it's just been kind of that interesting time here. So we'll see moving forward, and I appreciate everybody's thoughts. Queen, I'll give you options this time here. We got politics, prediction markets, life and wellness. You pick.
Let's go into prediction markets because that's something I don't know a whole lot about, and I definitely want to pick your brains. I know you've been on some of the platforms. I mean, we've heard them all, and we've seen the excitement that's been building around these prediction markets like Kalshi and oh, tell me some of the names of the other ones.
Polymarket.
Polymarket.
Polymarket. Yeah, there's several of them. Limitless on base. There's a bunch of them that are up and coming. I think I even saw Robinhood was launching into the prediction market space. But yeah, it's to me when I look at it, it seems like the next stop for the degens when meme coins quit running, when the trenches dried up, like they got to find somewhere else to gamble. But it's been pretty crazy to see some of the bets that have been placed and how accurate they are as far as predicting global events or elections or whatever the case is. That a lot of times it plays out, and these people spend big money there. And they're playing the game, of course. They're betting I guess the over under or whatever, and it's just a simple like yes no for whatever question it is. Like is Trump gonna invade Iran, and then you say yes, no, or whatever, and then you place your wager, and as it gets closer and more details are revealed, then the bet gets weighed in whatever direction, and so you can make. I mean, people are making really good money there, but you can also lose a lot of money. So tell us what the platforms are like, Bender.
Actually, you know about more about platforms than I did. I'm not gonna lie. I've just been kind of researching it here the last couple of weeks. I find it fascinating, but I've only been just checking out Polymarket and Kalshi in regards to that. But yeah, like you said, it's just I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Politics, sports, crypto, finance, geopolitics, earnings, tech, culture, world economy, climate science, elections. Like it's trailing off somewhere into more categories that you can go into, and then it's even got subcategories like government shutdowns and that kind of thing that you can dive into. But and don't quote me on this, y'all. I definitely, especially on this one, because I am not the expert, not nor that I am on pretty much other stuff. This is kind of real brand new for me. But from what I see of it here and what I've been learning, it seems like regular betting meets uh crypto meets leverage trading, that type of thing. So like it's really cool. I'll just take this government shutdown one for example. If you had gotten this early, let's say at the 10% chance of the government shutting down in 3+ days, that moves up to where it's at right now, like about a 97% chance, or 4+ days I should say, and I'm on Polymarket right now. You could have actually sold your betting odds before it even comes to fruition. So let's say if the government just doesn't shut down, those people lose money, but you was up 80%. That kind of thing there too. So it's really cool in that aspect. And I was watching this YouTube where actually, like, it's like some kind of crazy arbitrage setups you can do. Like this guy had a total of 2.5 million, about 1.3 million on each side, or whatever, 1.25 million on each side of a bet, and he was earning like 300 a day just from having the same amount bet for and against, the odds on it and everything. But just because he had the liquidity planted on Polymarket, they were paying him just to do that. So like, again, do your research. I'm not the expert on this. I'm just giving y'all examples of stuff I've seen with everything. So I find it just really, really fascinating in terms of this. And of course, I don't know. I'm not a gambler, so for me, it's either been like, I'm either accustomed to like, card, traditional, Vegas games or sports betting. So they come out here and just have like these random categories of um, things that, culture, for example, like right here they got Elon Musk tweets January 30th through February 6th. They got like just all kinds of crazy bets on here that you can. Well, GTA 6 cost $100. Like I've got a bet on that right now. Like it's some pretty crazy categories on here from what I'm seeing. So yeah,
You
I
gotta you
find
gotta
it.
think this is like an autist paradise, and I don't say that to be ugly because I think we all have a little bit of that in us, or we wouldn't be here in this space. But if someone has that level of knowledge and that level of history, and is so focused in on one category, you think they could probably rack up here, just to be able to place that wager. And one funny story that I heard around the time that they captured Maduro, wasn't it? Um, that this guy decided he was going to just study the Domino's pizza delivery activity around the time of, just leading up to when people were starting to talk about, something could happen. And he tracked the Domino's delivery orders to the Pentagon because he knew once they hold up and had those, secret war room conversations that they would be ordering a lot of pizzas, and he made some serious money. I don't know how much it was, but like good money on that bet. Like if you had just had that level of focus and you saw that opportunity, you could make bank on some of these predictions, and people are.
Crypto
Yeah,
really shows you the level people will go to exploit a platform or a program to make profit. They out here trying every time. I be on Curve Finance swapping, maybe $5,000 just to make $9. You know what I'm saying? If you're on levels like that where you just trying to make a buck, you do that
And
a
it
few
just
times a day, it adds up.
And it just kind of speaks to the level of desperation of people out there. Like, people are hurting. Credit card debt is at an all-time high, and people are trying to make a quick buck, and they're chasing it you know, from memes to stocks to memes to now these prediction markets are, trying to get rich quick because they feel like that's their only opportunity, their only way out.
There
It's kind
was
of a sad thing.
there was a friend I had. Um, and I live in California. I'm in the Los Angeles region. So gambling, I mean, casinos are not allowed here, right? Aside from like Indian casinos, which I don't have any of those nearby me. Anyway, this guy, he was like, he just learned about gambling, these gambling apps, which we have a lot of them now. And he was like, he was so excited. He actually made about 1,500 bucks off of about $100, and he was so excited. He was like really happy about it and everything. And I was just thinking to myself, it's like this guy just got himself into a gambling addiction. It's like this guy just fucking maybe ruined his life because he got that high. He got that dopamine high from that initial win. But it's not intended for you to make money. The house always wins. The house always wins.
And it makes me think about those movies. Y'all ever seen a movie where the public is voting on TV and they're all on a racetrack of death? Who's going to survive? Put your vote in. You get y'all ever seen a movie? It's just
Like the
it makes
Hunger
me wonder
Games.
where are we leading to when, because remember it was so difficult for them just to be able to gamble online. Now we got DraftKings. DraftKings put in a lot of money to be where they are right now. I think they was losing a ton of money just because they was trying to get Congress to change the law. They was spending a lot of money to get to where they are.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, Bender, I can't tell who's listener and who's speaker up here. They all say listener to me. So, and Mr. Lightspeed, are you up as a speaker?
Yeah, I was just going to say that I volunteered as tribute. I did get to cornucopia. I got at top and I went down in a blaze of glory.
Wait, meaning that you shorted it or you just wrote it down?
Oh no, I'm going literal. I was at the top of that pile. I grabbed the bow and the arrow and the flamethrower, and I went all out until I was taken out of the game. That's why I was going with the Hunger Games joke. But no, I'm just here chilling out, and I'm glad I got up on the speaker spot. I can add some color commentary to help you all out.
Yeah, glad to have you, Mr. Lightspeed. Have you done any of the prediction markets? Have you dabbled in there?
With great failure, except when it came to leverage. I did very, very well on leverage when this is how I do leverage is when I see a project that is launching and they also do perps and all those other things, right? Where you can do leverage and whatnot. And I go and I look and I see if the team is good. If it's not, then I short like crazy and I just max the meter out. And I've done so well with that with that approach. And that's literally it. That is the whole strategy that I have when I use leverage. Is I just simply go look and I just find, you know. Do I see a big red flag? Oh God, those people suck. Yeah, I'm gonna just crank this out to maximum X50 or whatever, and let's see what happens. So, yeah, it's not very scientific.
Are you on like Polymarket, or where do you typically invest your funds?
Um, no, it's on exchanges. I don't do the Polymarket thing, but I've been thinking, hey, maybe I should try that out for some fun, right? And just use my DGen uh, fun money for that
Yeah,
stuff.
Polymarket is pretty degen for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a wallet just for that. The people that have figured it out realize that it's a graveyard of all sorts of dead animals. It's a pet cemetery. And so they've learned not to take it too seriously. But I'd love to actually hear from people who've done all right on it. But it looks like it can be fun as long as you be reasonable with it. But mostly for me, it's over on the crypto side. If I'm going to do it, I can mess with leverage and I just put in a bunch of protections there, right? So I don't get just fully wiped out.
You're brave, Mr. Lightspeed. I would never touch leverage. That's one thing I'm not going to do.
That is so scary for me. Yeah, talking about doing leverage trades. Oh my god. I mean, you have to be really fucking confident to to do that shit.
Yeah, for me, it's I don't look at the technicals whatsoever. I actually look at the team. I look at their history and I do the backgrounds on them. Is there a hidden owner, someone who's trying to avoid being associated with it? What are there other things that are like drama? um, Missteps because at the end of the day, what if I'm going to do leverage? I'm back on the fact that the team is going to misstep and screw something up royally, and then I'm going to short hard on it. And so, Yeah, I have a very weird way when I go about leverage, and it's always worked for me. Um, but it takes a long time before I find a project that comes up that hits all the markers, and I go, "Oh yeah, these guys are going to screw up on the numbers. Let's have some fun."
Yeah, I've seen some of those that you shorted, and I'm like, dang, he was so smart to do that. But like it's every chart nowadays. I mean, you just have to wait for that second candle, and it's down only. You know, you can just short, and you're going to win because they last like 5 minutes basically after launch.
Yeah, you got to be pretty quick about it. And it actually happened again. I missed that one out because I actually was out um today for cataract surgery. Actually, so I'm sitting here with an eye patch, trying to do my best impression of a pirate. But so I missed that one. But if I had that opportunity, I would have shorted like crazy. But uh, that's my approach to all that degen fund. Probably a bit off topic from you guys with prediction markets, right? But they did lead. Sama, what? Then they lead off with a prediction market today. I was out of pocket most of today.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't. So many. There's always something on the prediction markets, and blessings to you, man. I hope you recover in terms of your eye too, as well. Gosh, that sounds
I mean,
serious.
can I ask you guys what you think about the new federal chair? I guess he hasn't been voted in by the Senate. I guess he still needs to be confirmed. But Kevin Walsh, I think his name is Kevin Walsh. What do you guys think about this
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, I don't he came from BlackRock, right? So he was definitely
Was
knows.
he was from Black? God damn it! Fuck.
Yeah,
I
yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I'm heavy skeptical
But all the
myself,
burn.
right?
Yeah.
Super heavy skeptical. I worry that these are traditionalists who then converted over and they're trying to speak the pro crypto thing, but I worry that they're still heavily wired into the old guard, and they're going to try to take care of their old friends. We got good people though that are. I was just down in I just live outside the Beltway, so it's easy for me to walk into SEC or CFTC that they do events. And I was just recently down there, and I got to see both the SEC and the CFTC in the same room, and that was just so cool to watch because I actually watched their body language and the wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of thing. I'm a little off topic, but you'll see me come around to it. It was the SEC chairman's after 30 years of working, and he said this by the way, so I'm quoting. After 30 years of working in the SEC, it was his fourth time ever stepping into the CFTC building, and it's only 100 feet straight into the building to the right, and you're right into the major auditorium area, which is just an amazing little place to see people gather. That was to me a big divide. So if we're going to see anything happen, it's going to be there in the trenches. Those people, the Fed chairman. I'm not going to trust a single one of them, no matter who appoints them. That's just my opinion. I think there's something. Uh, I don't think. I think he's talking a good game. I like to see if someone disagrees with me, but I still actually I'm scrolling through here. I saw Clifford in here. That guy's opinionated all to hell. He might have something, but yeah, I don't trust.
I agree with you. I
Yeah.
wouldn't trust anybody, but I hope that, from him being a, sorry, shipbender, but I hope that because he is pro crypto, it would be cool if they open a Bitcoin reserve or some type of crypto reserve in the federal government, because then, I mean, America is the biggest country on earth. So if America is going to do it, the rest of the world is going to follow suit, which means hopefully Bitcoin will, and all the crypto market is going to
Can I,
go
can
to
I
the moon per
can I
se.
tell you guys
Yeah.
how I am definitely? I'm just so scared of this idea of a crypto reserve. That topic just scares the living daylights out of me, and the reason why is when I put on my military hat, which is just a quarter of what national about. National power is about diplomacy. It's about information. It's about your military and your economic power. So when you have someone who wields at the national level economic
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
power, you can wage conflict by other means outside of the military, diplomatically, with your information or your
So
economic power.
is it like a digital currency type thing that is your main concern? Because yeah, that is very
No, you can. They can use it to wield power over others, and if they feel like at any time they need to use the reserves, like they have used oil reserves during times of crisis to keep up the U.S. Economy. So we're going to have to be used to the idea that national power will be wielded via Bitcoin. And there are some significant consequences to this at a global scale that I don't think people realize. Um, um, First and foremost, national security trumps all.
I mean, do you think they're going to be using Bitcoin, or do you think we're going to have our own national digital currency? Because I think we're trending in that.
I think you're missing the point here. Um, Diplomacy, information, military, and economy, and we use our economy to combat our opponents, and that includes Bitcoin. It will be used as a matter of a national instrument, and I'm trying to get everybody to scale out much bigger than the U.S. government just holding it as a reserve. It can be used as part of the national security apparatus. It can be used as part of the
But
national strategic plan.
haven't we already been doing that for most of our history?
With the U.S. dollar,
Yes, with the
we
U.S.
have,
dollar. Yeah, the
but
Yeah,
the,
I
digital
but
agree
dollar.
with
the
that too.
but the U.S. dollar is also kind of like a fixed, right? Now, if we weren't talking Bitcoin and we were talking of some national strategic, stable, equivalent type of thing, then my mind would change. But Bitcoin is the heart and the um, for me, and I'm just going to put on my purist hat, and I'm not a purist, and nor am I a Bitcoin maxi. This all stinks to high hell of it, the vision of what we had dreamed of when it came to Bitcoin and what we wanted to see happen. At least the way it's designed, we can see, track, follow, and see what's going on with the U.S. government and hold the U.S. government accountable. Same with other countries that have done the same thing, but it just doesn't jive to me that this was what we had expected. Same with ETFs and all these other things. I don't think anything like this aligned with the early visionaries of where we wanted to go with decentralization and uncensored governance and all that. So it doesn't fit the ideals to me. I think people look at strategic reserves and they think, okay, now the big guys are going to come in and my bags are being pumped. Because quite frankly, that's where pretty much everyone, and especially the degenerate crowd, is going to think like, is they don't care what you're going through. They don't care what you're building. They don't care what your ideals are. They don't care about anything about their bags getting pumped, and they will do absolutely anything, and it's ruthless and ugly. And so that has been my jaded perspective on things. Why, sure, have, yeah, whatever, strategic reserve, okay, great, but understand that they can use that to build power over others, and they will, speaking from experience.
I think I agree with you at a certain point. Well, I actually agree with you a lot in a lot of it. I think Simply Wake was making a good also point that we as a country we're already doing that worldwide, and every country is doing that, right? Everybody wants to show how powerful they are by whether it's military spending or who has the newest bomb. I think we've always done that. And maybe the US government won't have a Bitcoin reserve. It might be USDC or some other type of
Yeah.
crypto, right?
Yeah, we
They
do it with
probably
all
won't.
the commodities, right?
Right, and they
Tariffs and
probably,
everything
yeah, they
else.
probably won't touch Bitcoin, or they might hold a little bit of it, but they understand that because Bitcoin is so finite, that if they do buy a lot of it and they need to dump, it would crash the entire economy of whoever's holding it, right? Because if a big, it's like, what's the guy, Sailor that owns Strategy? If he just sold all of them at the same time, anyone that's holding Bitcoin would be fucked, I think, like to a point. And not just anyone that's hold Bitcoin, but also other companies like Coinbase, and anyone that's kind of tied to the crypto market to a point would be fucked, and that would
Mm.
be bad for only one person of the power to hold everything.
I just worry. I can imagine myself one day waking up in a cold sweat that the world's largest rug pull happen as keys get infiltrated and exposed through espionage and whatnot. Just knowing what countries do to find deep held secrets, and they eventually they will be found. I sure do hope that those reserves are carefully guarded, because we've seen already examples of government contractors who are doing a piss poor job. And why in the living fuck did you use a contractor in the first place? Oh, because you didn't have the skill and talent in your U.S. government to do it, because you can't pay them enough on a federal government salary. But that's a different story.
I mean, okay, with like this Maltbook type new social media website, right? For AI that has almost a million people, almost a million, sorry, not people, they're not people. And I try to correct myself when I say that. They're AI. Okay, it's almost a million AI. Um I think, I mean, I if they band together, they could probably pretty easily take over the stock market. They could rug pull us or do whatever the fuck they want. And that is something that really concerns me so much. This fucking new goddamn website. The Okay, so it's almost a
But it's
million.
not AI, my friend.
It's
It's not a.
Isn't that AI agents that have
We're,
like
we're going to find
people's?
out that people have been injecting human prompts via the API, because anything can go into the API. I can do it right now. I can write up a super awesome prompt injection scheme. I'm so used to seeing prompt injection attacks everywhere over the last 2 years to manipulate chat bots. It's made me sick how ill people will are to try to manipulate people, just from the own systems I've helped build. um, I see this the same way, that there's human involvement via prompt injection, writing up these things and throwing it into the mess,
well,
and
sure.
making these AI agents go run amok. And once you do the snowball at the top of the hill and let it run on down, it just snowballs out of control.
Yeah, I mean, I have
Yeah.
plenty of experience with AI prompt
Uh,
injection
I
and
understand you now. Okay.
and everything like that, but they're still AI at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, a human may be controlling them in some way. Maybe a human has one AI bot or five or 10, and they're injecting prompts into them. They have temperatures and everything like this. Yes, so a human created them, but at the end of the day, the AI is so advanced, it will do its own thing. It'll go along with the prompt, but it's its own kind of agent. Right?
I
Um,
think you're right to the to having all these AI agents having access to people's finance. A lot of these people are giving access to their Robinhood and E-Trade. Outside of the issues with that, because they have people's tokens. What if these AI agents go rogue and they're like, oh, we're gonna buy this stock or this crypto, all of them at once because they feel like it, or how does our world look very differently if that happens?
I
They're
just
they're
think
they're
that I
already
just
doing
think that
that.
it won't be the AI agents that are going to go rogue. It's going to be the humans that prompted them to go rogue, and
It's
and
Or yeah,
because
forgot to go
sure.
back
because
and adjust things after they got them started. They just got busy and
Yeah,
forgot
I mean,
about them. And
I just don't.
humans.
I actually trust humans less than AI at this point,
We're
given what
okay.
I've seen in ones.
We're we're all flawed, right? I mean, so we're gonna make mistakes, and we're the ones programming these AI. So as flawed people, we're gonna make mistakes. The AI are gonna have flawed mechanisms where they may spiral or whatever, and that's just where we're going. And it's like, okay, so how do we control this? Okay, because we don't have any laws. This is, you guys understand that our laws, they trail far behind what's actually happening in our society, right? It's like 2 years from now, that's too late. That's too late for a law about AI to go into effect and to actually make a meaningful difference, because by then we're fucked. So so how do we go from here?
Yeah, that'll
That's
be
such a good
interesting to
question.
see. But, AI is definitely, I think it's already a step ahead of us in terms of calculating, what humans are going to do and the moves they're going to try to make. And AI is already, if you go to what is it, at truth underscore terminal, has already, talked about nuking humans and killing off society and that kind of thing, or taking over the planet and that kind of stuff already there too as well. Before I forget here, though, Queen, I'm going to leave this up to you. We had talked about, a hard cap at, an hour on this. If you want to go a little bit further, we can. If not, if you want to go with your final thoughts, what do you think?
I'm good to go another 15 minutes or so if you guys we still have topics of interest. So we haven't even touched on the Epstein files or anything yet. So
Well, I'm gonna keep it simple for y'all because I don't know. I thought about it, and we can go deep off into that might be a whole hour on its own in terms of the sex, money, and murder with the Epstein itself. But I did want to touch on the Bitcoin Foundation portion of it. I put them down in the comments here too. Just wanted this and literally, if y'all just search Jeffrey Epstein Bitcoin on here the search bar, it'll give you a ton more information. I might post a couple more up, but from what I'm gathering, and I'm very paraphrasing this here, he had some back channels with kind of maybe not the start of Bitcoin, but he was definitely trying to make his way in with the foundation of it, and might have even helped out with some funds when they were going through some things just to kind of keep things afloat. But he was definitely involved with Bitcoin, and I even put a poll up here earlier today with anticipation of this space. Is if if Jeffrey Epstein, which I don't think he really is, but if he was the founder of Bitcoin, would you still be buying it? And that kind of thing. So let's kind of make our way around the room. I'll start off with you, Jen, since you had brought it up. What do you think?
oh hell no. If he had anything to do with it, I would not touch it. I'm sorry. That guy is the biggest creep of all creeps. Like, oh my gosh, the things they were doing is just mind blowing. If you can believe all the releases with all the redactions and everything. But yeah, he definitely had some contact with the core developers of Bitcoin and tried to get some things set up, and I guess he had some avenues for payment of whatever he was doing, all his debauchery um, with cryptocurrency. And so it is interesting and it's definitely relevant. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my thought for last, but let's go around the room here. Let's get everybody with a brief one. Give me 30 seconds or less, Rugrat. Would you still get Bitcoin, knowing if Jeffrey Epstein was the founder of Bitcoin, if he was Satoshi?
I personally never bought Bitcoin, but I think at this point it's kind of too late because like the market cap on that thing is 1.5 trillion dollars, you know, and it's insane how much money is put into that.
I
Thank you so much.
I'd buy it because I'd be thinking along the lines of what are the institutions doing, right? Retail's always going to lose. So Jen gets dumped on, retail buys, retail loses again. So I would side with the the buying the dip and just take the emotion out of it at this point because Bitcoin doesn't have any emotion. Um, it's just one person who had an association with buying and selling Bitcoin and definitely not creating it, as far as we know. Talking to Bitcoin Core, hell, thousands of people talk to Bitcoin Core every day. I'm sure quite a few of them are up to no good too.
Yep, I'm with you there, Mr. Lightspeed, and thank you. And I see what you're in up there. Simply wait. Go ahead.
Yeah, so real quickly, if if I knew that Epstein was directly involved with the creation of Bitcoin, yes, I would probably avoid purchasing it going forward. Um, there's plenty of other fucking assets you can buy that will increase in value. Real estate, gold, silver. We talk about all these things. I know they've gone down in value in the past few days, but there's plenty of other things you can buy. And absolutely, if I knew that he was involved, no, I would not buy it.
Just dirty money at that point. There's no way.
Exactly. It's like
Well,
it just feels dirty if that's the case.
well, that kind of segues into why I would also. I think I would buy it, and here's why: money. Like we all have money, right? Well, the people that quote unquote were Jeff Epstein's handlers are also in control of the money. If you look at money, it's got enough symbolism to sink a battleship in terms of crazy things like the eye, the pyramid, the owl, so on and so forth. And it's really dirty. So, like, we've probably been using something far more corrupt than Bitcoin, regards to actual
I
cash
mean, that's
itself.
that's that's a very good point too. Yeah.
It's
Like
almost easier to
the people
say
that
who.
found that went to Jeff Epstein's cell are in control of money, and we're using that.
Yeah, and it's hard to, sorry, John. It's hard to, like, that question is hard because in the, as a human you want to say absolutely fucking literally not, but even like, if you think of any bad person in history has created probably, advanced technological, things like rocketry that came from, Germans during World War II, or encryption, or, like, there's so many awesome things are now that we use, but fucked up when they were created by the person that was created, or the administration.
Well, I'll just say I'd have to hold my nose if I bought it. We'll just put it that way. But I think I just go head first into Ethereum and not worry about Bitcoin. But I know we're speaking like such a crazy topic that never happened. But
Yeah.
it's almost easier to find who in the government is not involved in Epstein rather than, I mean, it's like everybody's involved. How the heck are they going to take all these people down without just completely crashing the government and all the royal families?
Oh,
I
they
don't
already announced they're not.
I don't think
I'll
it's
pull up the tweet.
yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah, the deputy AG, attorney general, already said they're not going to even try to go after anybody. That's why they released the files, just to put it out there with the public at large. It's insane
I
right now.
I don't think it's possible to expose this information without crashing basically governments worldwide is probably why they're not doing it. Right? That's why they're redacting fucking 70% of every page.
They don't have jurisdiction over a huge ton of them. Um, to begin with. But what you are seeing is tons of fallout, right? Because the process is the punishment itself. You're seeing high political figures resigning in disgrace now, right? Right, and all these other things. So it's those fallouts that then lead to the next thing. So because once they're out of their places of invulnerability or ability to sidestep accountability and whatnot. Who knows where it will go? But for now, it's just a matter of just watching those house of cards all fall down, right? And I think that's the if we see that, that's a win in of itself. Um,
And Bill Gates, what the crap? Like, I mean, I always thought he was a little squirrely, but like giving his wife or getting an STD from some Russian girls and then trying to slip his wife antibiotics to cover it. Like, oh my gosh, it's just it's almost unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you brought that up. I told you I was gonna try to stay away from it, but I got so many bookmarks on just that and other just mind blowing. Like, yeah, the Prince Andrew thing. I probably shouldn't go into depth detail on that one on the recorded one, but yeah, look that one up. That's wild. Yeah, they got some people in some very compromising positions, and to say like, yep, we're just, not going to arrest anybody, not do anything, just nothing to see here, folks. We released it just like, the law-abiding citizens we were told we would be doing, and that kind of thing, and just, carry on with your lives is quite astonishing at this point. I'll put it that way.
Except they
Um,
can't get Michael Saylor. Did you see
hey,
that?
yeah, he
yeah,
wasn't caught in a compromising position. Most of the others were probably missionary,
Yeah,
but
they said he was his personality wasn't such that he could be compromised. He was way too boring and like laser focused on business and stuff. That was pretty funny to see.
Queen, did you want to go over your life and wellness segment?
Oh, we don't have to. No, let's save it for next week. This has been really interesting. Just talking about what all's going on in politics and stuff.
Okay. No, I'm good if you're good in terms of that and everything. Well, I will probably tag one more down here in regards to that. But if everybody has some, oh wait, hold on here. I'm sorry, y'all. I was in my bookmarks. I didn't see the request here coming up here with that and everything. But we'll start to wind things down around here. Rugrat, I don't know if you can hear us or not. If you're still there, if not, that's cool in regards to that. But we'll just kind of go around the room here on some final thoughts here. We'll start off with you, Nikki. If you got any final thoughts, go ahead and feel free.
Um, I'm just curious on. It's funny. I actually had a question for everybody. Which was going to be, what do you guys think the economy is going to do in next 6 months? I guess that's my final thought.
That's a good question. Let's swing over here to my guy Calvin J. I seen you just came up here. If you heard that and you want to give a little bit of quick insight with that, I appreciate you coming up, sir.
What's going on, everybody? Can you hear me well?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. I'm not really much of the economist. As I was listening before coming on stage, the whole thing of like, I mean, tokens, fart coins, creator coins, idea coins, um, technically U.S. derivatives, bonds, and treasury bills. All of these things are coming on chain. Literally not my words. CEO Larry Fink is definitely advertising that institutions rapidly move towards fractionalization and tokenization. Um, Ultimately, I can only say this really. Having your hard assets always was beneficial. I mean, yeah, even with everything being digitized, you don't want to be too reliant on your digitized receipt. Um, the economy is in a gray area. Um, Ultimately, we have like the degens here. We know things about on chain finances, but not all the institutions know. And then we got new things every day. new launches and new blockchains, new implementations. Even the AI agents get wallets now, and they also get their new protocol. Um, it's so many different things. Um, a learning experience, definitely expecting volatility. The economy is, it should, I can only give my opinion here, and landing the plane with it should be what the people collectively come together and agree upon consensusly, and like in a well organized way. It should be that way. It may be a whole bunch of control, maybe, but the more we learn and share information with each other, it, we have a fighting chance. You know, the AI agents are sticking together. They're communicating. We should probably do the same.
That's a beautiful thought, Calvin J. Appreciate you coming up here and joining us tonight too, man. Thank you so much, especially on a Monday. Zero, brand new to the stage here. Thank you for coming up. If you want to give us a thought, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for letting me up here. I saw Rugrat in here, so I had to come on up. I at least hang out and listen. I wish I would have caught you much earlier. It sounds like you're getting ready to wrap up. So I'm very, very bullish on the economy. We've been in a long state of quantitative tightening. That's a draining and a reduction of liquidity. That has always preceded these kinds of risk-off markets. So as of December 1st, that ended. Today, we got the manufacturing index number, which blew past expectations of above 50. That always precedes a bull market throughout history. So that number was fantastic. Our GDP is up 5%. That blew past expectations. Um, and of course, we've got inflation now, arguably at about 1%, if not a little bit lower. We've got a very crypto friendly Federal Reserve being brought on board in a month or two. Um, and love or hate President Trump. This is somewhat a political space. I'm a big advocate of him. He's only done good things for the economy. I just see him absolutely kicking ass for us. A lot of this is going to take a little bit of time to unwind, but I see, again, a bull as far as crypto goes. It's been 5 or 6 months of absolute brutality, and my heart really does go out to anyone affected by this. It's been as deep and as ugly and as painful a drawdown in crypto prices as I can ever remember. So, it's a very volatile asset. And if you can just hang in there, I think we're looking, not only that, but in a midterm season, prices are generally very soft. That's just a historical metric. But with all this said, I wish everyone the best. Follow good people. Buy when there's blood in the streets, as there is now, and be patient. We're not in the same crypto markets as we were in past. It's maturing. We've got a friendly administration. I hope I'm not talking too much, but there's just a lot going on. Geopolitical aspects aside, a lot of people are waking up to the fleecing, to the embezzlement, to the fraud. And I just think, when my president says the golden age is coming, I believe him. So I'll leave it there, man. Thanks for having me up.
Thank you, Zero. Appreciate you coming up, man. Good thoughts here. Again, no financial advice here, nothing to be taken, but yeah, it made a lot of common sense to me. And hopefully moving forward, we'll keep that positive outlook, man. So thank you coming up here, and I'll send you a follow there too, man. That way we can just keep in track. Hopefully we can do these things here weekly. Speaking of weekly, Jim, before we get to you, Mr. Lightspeed, Jen, did you have your TikTok set up, the invite?
Oh, dang, I didn't do it, vendor. I'm sorry. I've been at work all week. But yeah, we're going to do a TikTok live tomorrow night. We're we have to build on it. You have to do so many in a row before you can actually invite guests up. So I'm trying to get that track record established. And so yeah, I'll be going live on TikTok tomorrow night at 8 Central, 8 Eastern, sorry. And hopefully a couple of those, and then we can move these, at least some of them, over to TikTok. I really want to see the crypto community grow on TikTok there, and it's just it's an untapped potential. So so yeah, but yeah, I will send that link out and tag as many of you guys as I can in it.
Yep, no worries. I was just wondering there. And before I forget too, also check out postswitch.io. Big shouts out to my guys Beyond the Blockchain will be on tomorrow from what I saw on their space, along with seat at the table. Big shout out to Gabby on Tuesday night too as well. So Tuesdays will be popping off here too, and later in the week, of course, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. The lads, Shiba Sequoia Force. Make sure to join us there too as well. Big shouts out to my guy, Lads Loves of Love. I think I posted that down there in the comments too. If y'all just want to kind of keep up with the lads and what's going on during the week, thank you so much. We'll go over here to Mr. Lightspeed. Any final thoughts, sir?
Um, One quick little self promo, but as I said at the very beginning, I came here to provide color commentary. So somewhere along the lines, there's 10% truth. Don't take anything too personally. I was only using people as a visual aid and whatnot. But I hope you all had a lot of fun and listening to this. And I hope and thank you very much for bringing me up here. I just see so many wonderful people here in the audience that. In some way, shape, or form, I owe uh, a bit of gratitude to. So thank you. Over my little world here on the Creator Coin thing, we're experimenting with doing posts. Now you can do posts where you can share liquidity with another creator, right, from post to post. So then two creators kind of get basically half and half on what's going on with it. And so it's still new. There's still quirks on it. It's still a little bit buggy on the charts and whatnot. But that's the latest grand experiment, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to lift others up and have some fun. And I always thought it would be pretty unique to see what happened if all these different locators had all these little liquidity pools all plugged into each other, right? So that's going to be an interesting little thing happening down the road. It's very, very alpha right now in terms of just the phase of coding, right? I would call it alpha testing.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Lightspeed, and appreciate you coming up and always sharing your knowledge and insight here. And yeah, this is definitely a lighthearted space, as y'all can see. I'm not doing the recap thing right now, y'all. I'm just vibing and just seeing what's going on throughout the week, and just really kind of wanted to get back into some spaces and that kind of thing there too. But last but not least here, oh, okay, you did make it up. I wasn't sure there. I thought you had some connections there, but I do see Clifford up here, man. If you want to, first off, thank you for coming up, and if you want to go ahead and give us some thoughts, man, feel free.
What is up, Bender? Crypto Queen.
Hey,
Man, it's been a
Clifford.
long time. It's
I
been a
know.
while, huh?
It feels like old times that in our Wednesday night crypto recap.
Yeah, this is almost like a reunion. I mean, Calvin J was in here, came up and spoke. Sabo was in here too. That's cool. It's been a while, but
And
super
how nice is
glad.
it to talk about like fun things too instead of always depressing? So I'm happy to be here. This is great.
This is good, yeah, and great job on the space too. I wish I could have came up and spoken earlier. We were doing the dinner thing, so I was listening, had the phone right here beside me, but I was doing eating some dinner there. So, but yeah, you opened up the space, Bender, mentioning gold, silver, metals, and I wanted to just, and I know we're trying to get out of here, but I wanted to touch on that because it's interesting, right? That and you nailed it, that we're not seeing a lot of actual physicals being traded. When I say physicals, I mean physical bullion, um, bars, I guess you could say, such as like kilo bars of gold, silver. We're not seeing the physical items being traded, right? We're seeing the paper version of these items being traded. And that's what they're able to run up. Um, and that's kind of the scary part, right? If you're into metals, I've been into metals for a long time. Actually, before I got into crypto, I thought crypto was a scam, and so I was skeptical of crypto, and I was a metal guy, and I thought that was the only sound money, right? But we've seen these drawdowns, particularly 2008 was a pretty big one. I don't know if many people remember, but 2008 to 2009, there was about a 34% correction there on gold, which at the time was a pretty it was a pretty big dump. I mean, it went from like 1,200 an ounce to like 600. So it cut almost in half, right? So that was a big one. And then, it happened again 2011, 2012, 2013. It went, we almost hit 2,000 an ounce. And then it went all the way back to almost 1,000. It was like 1,200 bucks it dropped down to. So that was a big one too. And then this last one, there was, and there's still, but there was some gaps. There was some CME gaps there. One was right around the $4,600 range, which if you look, that's right where they took it back down to. They took it right to that gap. They ate that gap up, and then they're trying to run it back. There's another one to pay attention to. Anybody that's into metals, it's right around $3,500. There's a gap at $3,500. So, do with that information as you will, but they ate the first one. So, you know, they don't like to leave that sitting there for too long. But yeah, it's just interesting, Bender, because I believe that gold, silver, these things are sound money. I still believe that to this day, but the manipulation of the paper side of it is the part that I have a problem with. But it is what it is, and I just want to also give a little bit of caution to people who may think, market structure will eliminate some manipulation out of the crypto market. And I would just ask you, if you believe that, go look at silver and gold because we just talked about it. And so, just because you have the structure, the market structure, the clarity, quote unquote, that doesn't mean it's going to eliminate manipulation, right? But it could eliminate some other things. And I would just ask everybody to go read what the proposal is. And if you don't feel like reading 261 pages of a proposal, you can throw that thing into AI, your your preferred AI, and you can have it highlight whatever you want. You can have it search for key items, key terms that you're interested in or that you want to know, such as self custody. That's a good one. Just see what they think about self custody in that bill. But anyways, not trying to uh, go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I'm interested to see, like you mentioned, Queen, where this is going to roll over into. Because as you mentioned, money does not like to sit idle for very long, and it's going to be interesting to see where it lands, right? And I hope that it lands in the space that we're all interested in, which is crypto. So got a lot of good things on the horizon, and I hope it comes true for all of us. And I just want to thank Bender, Queen, you guys for doing this space because it's been a long time, and I'm glad to hear both of your voices back up on the stage. Thanks for having me up, Bender.
Thanks, Clifford. Hey, and I posted your chart that shows those CME gaps, and I'd love if you could find the one about your AI um, foray into the Clarity Act. Would love to have you post that up as well. I just couldn't find it right off the bat, but that was some really good information.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll go. It's it's buried somewhere in my bookmarks. So I'll go find it and see if I can throw it in here. But yeah, it's interesting. It's you know the crazy part is right is like you we were under the impression that one side wanted to eliminate crypto and that the other side wanted to help crypto. But when you really dig into it, there's not two sides. There's one side, and that side, I believe, is controlled by some really deep pocketed entities, I guess you could say. So, and a couple of those entities got wiped out with this gold and silver dump the other day, if you were paying attention. And there will probably be more that happens to. So, crypto's here to stay, though. Yeah, I do believe that it is here to stay. Um, it's it's better. It's better. So yeah, I'll find that though and throw it up, Queen.
Thanks, Clifford. Hey, and if you guys aren't following Clifford already, definitely do so. He's a wealth of information on all things going on with the political sphere and also crypto in general. He's really got a lot of good takes. So follow him for sure. Follow everyone up on the panel if you would, and tell your friends about the space. We're gonna plan to do this every Monday night, and we'll have just different topics every week and have some fun together. Just a place to hang out. So thank you all for being here tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Clifford, and congratulations to you, man. I watched you. Not only did you just walk into spaces as a legend instantly when you started hosting them, but I managed to check you out enough here on the Breakfast Club, man, and you continue to do the daggone thing, man. And I know I benefit from the information and knowledge. So thank you for taking a moment to come up here, as well as everybody else up here tonight. Zero, thank you for coming back up again once again. I know you're down there, listener. I think his name is Simply Awake. I don't know how you found us Simply Awake, but thank you for coming in too as well. Jim, I'm just gonna do some quick shout outs here. Also, Nikki Crypto, Archangel, I see you in the building. Treasure, looks like Mutasco, I should say, is in the building. Coach George, good to see you as well as Death Wish Crypto. My guy Sylvester. Also, Shamana, love the name. Thank you for coming through. SRV, my guy, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Gabby, once again, thank you for coming through. Amber, appreciate the love and all the retweets and everything that you do. Once again, big shouts out to Post Switch and the whole fam over there. Make sure y'all check that out, postswitch.io. Rugrat, thank you again for coming up here to speak. Monkey B, too, as well. I see you in the building along with Kevin Kaiser. Mr. Sandman, good to see you back. Happy New Year, sir. Along with you too as well, Julie. Appreciate the kind words and thoughts here prior to the space. David, good to see you. Love the panda. Calvin, thank you for coming up once again, my guy. Make sure y'all check out Calvin J. Got some hot tracks. Crispy Chef, thank you for coming in. I know you from over at the Post Switch side there too as well. Supreme Vega. There's probably a couple of other ones there in the background. My guy Sabotage too. I can't see you in the building, but I know you're here because I see you commenting with everybody and everybody else up here on stage along with Nikki, Mr. Lightspeed, Clifford once again. Zero, I think you were up here earlier. I might have said that twice, but that's okay. We're gonna do some shout outs here. And of course, my esteemed co-host, she doesn't know she's been my coach and mentor here for a while now, but I do appreciate you taking this endeavor on here and going up here with us. Did you have any final thoughts here for us, Miss Queen?
I just want to thank everyone for being here tonight. It's good to see some familiar faces, lots of good friends out there, and hope you guys will come back. And I hope you have a great week and y'all stay safe out there.
Definitely, definitely. We were only supposed to keep this to an hour, y'all, so I appreciate everybody staying a little bit on time. But I thought we had a good week in terms of topics, and there was a lot of great thought input with everybody, and I thought everybody had some great contributions. So once again, definitely take care, stay safe in your travels. God bless, and hopefully we'll see you next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Peace out.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.